welcome to the program. My name is Abman Kota, and you are watching the Tpn TV and Radio Network, coming to you live from the United States of America. Today, we will talk about more about a former head of states, Sierra Leone, where in life day in a very dangerous situation, but thankfully, because of the president, Mr. Madabio, where he get for go meet and now the hospital and arrange for make them fly and go to Ghana. And Mr. Valentine Strasser, in fact, recently, word been they go on social media where people then they talk say he been under in Ghana. At that time, Valentine Strasser, they're not being flying in Ghana. But as soon as all know social media, they say he don't die. And later we can find out, say, not to so it be at all. Valentine Strasser not died. And in fact, yesterday, the fly Keranguna Ghana, and it just don't do in surgery. And the surgery, according to the information who they get, it was successful. And this now is one of the things that we want to talk about today. And we go, I know say a lot of people they also want for America. We always they talk about politics in Sierra Leone, and that's again for happen. We they talk about politics too, and hopefully we go able for talk about other things. Then waiting at the things that we supposed to do as a country. But as we all know, when they watch the TPN TV and Radio Network, Mr. Valentine Strasser, where now been the head of state for the National Provisional Ruling Council, where now the NPRC being the sick very, very bad way. Some people then say, in fact, this is not the second time where they say Valentine Strasser don't die. Facts, the other time, again, he's sick, then say he don't die. But first, thank God, Mr. Strasser not been die at all. Now, sick is sick, and hopefully, it go there with we for the next 20, 30 years. Because no matter what in the circumstances, Mr. Valentine Strasser na a Sierra Leonean, that's number one. Number two, to be honest with me viewers and me listeners, Valentine Strasser now one of the best leaders the world don't ever get in that country there. A lot of people they're like, we know about that because those were the time when some of we been they come up during the NPRC. Especially during Strasser in time when things were going very well, even though na a military government, but it looked better because number one, we've been get light consistently na Sierra Leone, and the country was very clean. And besides that, some of we are APC members because at the area some people they say, oh, why people them the APC then they sorry for this guy now the guy now way overthrow the APC party. Well, I know, but at the end of the day, that overthrow them. Majority of the Sierra Leoneans they support him. They support him because of the kind the kind way the country, the condition way the country been on there. So a lot of people then come on the streets. People like we so small. If that time they will be small, will be in a high school, but still we come out in the street and dance, because it was necessary. Yes, the APC at that time they feel say not to a good thing because at the time we already know say Momo late President Momo been done the try for put things then together for the multi-party democracy. So, but in any case, Strasser now somebody now a good leader, no matter what we think about that. And that's now make me very much happy with President Bio for the fact that after he realized say this guy, if he no helper, he die, he go to hospital, he go meet up, he go talk to them. Then they fly out for go do the surgery. Anybody we no go appreciate President Bio for this wonderful thing we he don't do for in comrade. I think now somebody we not just reasonable enough. But this let we put politics aside. this now a very good thing where President Bio don't do. Yes, I dey see na social media some people then say, oh yeah, you get the right for make you do, and because now you overthrow, now you put and then can condition your way Strasser dey. Well, yes, it is true, but if now somebody were ungrateful at this time when you know say you get all the opportunity, you get all the power where you want, maybe for being just saying, well, to hell with that guy there, you know. But again, you look at that, you say, you know what, this na me comrade. And one thing was very, very important, you know, Strasser, I remember at one time na Star TV where they asked him about Madabi. Well, he explained how the coup where Madabi overthrown now, it happened, but he refused, you know, for condemn Madabi, for put that Madabi. He said, this na me comrade, you know. He said, na a comrade to me. So that's they see the character of this guy. Don't just remember somebody will go overthrown you. You understand, eh? Then you get the opportunity for put and down, but you still choose for saying, you know what, he is still my comrade, and comrade not they put that comrade even though he overthrown me. So today I believe say it paid off, you know, paid off, because now the same guy will overthrown him now in you know, help until so, you know. So these are the things that way we talk about life. Life is very, very unpredictable. You have to be very careful what you do with your life, because you know about today, but you don't know about tomorrow. And we just pray to God for make Strasser go, you know, to for make it well and come back and meet we, you know. So that's not the thing where I want for make we viewers they know say, you know, Strasser is not dead, and he just complete a very successful you know, surgery operation, very, very successful. So I think we'll get for pray to God, and we'll get for tell God thank you because of that. Because at this time a lot of people then just the thing say, well, Strasser don't die, Strasser don't die, and Strasser is alive, and in fact he did do very well so far based on what we understand, you know. So he okay, you know, sometimes for forgive, and he okay sometimes for make you realize say you get the obligation for help somebody no matter what are the circumstances. So President Bio did a very wonderful job, and I believe say every Sierra Leonean for tell and thank you. And one of the things that we know about Strasser na them picture here where at the show where a young boy in your uniform, you know, was very, very innocent face, you know, at that time. So hey, Captain, would they tell you would they tell you you know, sorry for this sickness where you get, and we hope so you get well, and hopefully you will join us back in Sierra Leone. And I just the hope no more and say if this guy able for you know, come back and he will make President Bio try for put us on side way, at least he will able to get something for in life, because now that's now one of the things then where they put this guy in a very stressful position. You know, you will find out say probably most of them kind of sickness here now because of the stress where this guy gets over the time. You know, the kind of situation where he don't go, the condition where he don't live for a very long time as head of state. It was very, very, you know, I remember the time when Madabio was inaugurated. He goes sit down far. He was very, very, very sorry. He was so sorry. But Madabio go meet him, he go pull and he can put on at the high table. You know, so the condition is permanent. This world are so, you know. So, yes, Strasser is, you know, recuperating from the surgery, and I believe, say, pretty soon, it gets well and come back to Sierra Leone. But it's more than just get well and come back to Sierra Leone. Strasser need for engage himself into something where they able generate revenue, constant revenue for them for make enough suffer. As a matter of fact, probably that's probably not the next thing where Madabio go able to do. You know, make it put on a one side where they engage. You know, let it engage them. You know, let it be one of the you know, the senior citizens them where at least get this council, you know, where advisory council where Strasser and other heads of state or whatever then go day together for make they able to advise the president on national issues. You know, I think say that's go able to help this guy. But if he just done well, you just know he come back, he can't sit down, he then at the same situation. I don't feel say he get for be he get for make any difference. He will go back because most of the time, some of the sickness, the way sometimes they happen to mortal man, he get for deal with the psychological, you know, effects, you know, the stress, the trauma where the hearts they go through. Now, and they make some they're very very susceptible to their sickness here, you know. So he didn't Ghana, he's recuperating, and he's doing well. And those way they go around on social media, they go and talk, say, well, Strasser is dead. I think by this time everybody don't know now for say he is alive. And let me bring in my commentator when Mr. Cabo. Mr. Cabo, first of all, let's put politics aside. The fact that Madabio get the you know, the chance for make it go for go meet in Comrade na hospital and arrange you know, a flight for him for go to Ghana, then now he don't do the surgery. What's are you take on that?
Well, that's a very good start. Bravo to His Excellency President Madabio for doing that. I know for too long he's been forgotten, but just like you mentioned, the advent of the NPRC was the beginning of what we are enjoying today. It's unfortunate that people say, you know, it doesn't matter. You can start something, but you might not be the person who benefits it. Maybe your children or your children's children or the people after you that will benefit. And that's exactly what happened with Strasser. Strasser school was very popular. The whole country was very popular. We were there. I was there, and it was needed at the time. It was something that was needed, no matter the odds that took place, the killing and all those things. Because even all those people that were killed, especially Bambe Kamara, the whole country, in fact, when we were students, everybody wants Bambe Kamara to die. I just don't see now why, in certain other instances, the APC is politicizing that NPRC killed Bambe Kamara. They were fools at the time because they just play on politics. Everybody in the country, everybody that was a school-going child in Sierra Leone wanted Bambe Kamara to die before even the NPRC's advent. So he was already in the books of the whole country that if this guy, they don't get rid of him, he's the stumbling block of the country. Everybody hates Bambe Kamara. Nobody likes Bambe Kamara when we were there in Sierra Leone, when he was alive. Well over before the advent of NPRC. So when NPRC came in, it was just a pushover to kill him. And everybody jubilated to be candid with you. I know it's a hard fact, but trust me, during the time of Bambe Kamara and Momo, that was the mood. And anybody who fell short at that time, that was it. And the country was happy. So it's rather unfortunate that it happens that way. Now, this guy, now he is at this point, and we know there are transitions of government from one end to the other. Of course, as some people say he overthrew as Madabio. Well, I believe he himself denied that, just like Mr. Mankota mentioned, though he didn't mention that denial, because I believe it was an agreement within the council at the time, and he signed into a certain length of period, certain period of time in the military. But after that, he will retire, he will leave. And it was just within that period. So, and he even said that So it was maneuvered, and so let's go.
No, Mr. Kabo, I think it was an overthrown. Even Madabio agreed that yes, he overthrown him. The excuse where Madabio being gay is, he say because the guy no want an overpower to a democratically elected government. He want for retained power, even though Strasser denies that. But Nasuma Madabio him. Now that make it overthrown him.
Right. All right. Well, I'm talking in terms of what Strasser says. That's what I'm saying. And he even said his term of office was over at the time. So it was just a timely situation. Probably Madabio was not patient for him to hand over quietly. That's what it was. Or maybe he was having another thing in mind that this guy is not going to go, even though this was the agreement. And even his term of office, even the term that he signed, the agreement to be in the military was over. And that's why Strasser was not bothered about it, because I think he came up in the air and through interviews he mentioned that. So now, if as you mentioned, I did mention that sometimes every time, maybe every other month or so, congratulating the NPRC of what they have done in that country, that it is the best government that ever came in during our lifetime in Sierra Leone. And whether you like it or not, it was military, but it was the best government. Just like Mr. Mankosar mentioned, the country was clean. There was law and order. There was civility. There was security. The salaries, that was the first time salaries were jacked up, especially for teachers. And my wife was a teacher by then. And she told me the best government, as I said, was the NPRC ever since in Sierra Leone. But we don't know whether another one of that is going to come for now. But that is, as far as history concerns, up to date, NPRC was the best government. Now, if Madabio was also, he handed over power after 3 months. He didn't stay long, and he was not having that much. He was fighting to have his education, put his family together, and plan his political background. So there was not much he could help at the time with Strasser. But the succeeding government, they paid deaf ears to that. So there was not much. And when Madabio came to power, you see what he did. His wife and himself, they reached out to him. They invited him to the ceremony, the inauguration ceremony. And even though he went to take sides to sit somewhere, we all see when they went there, they escorted him from one point to another point where he was expected to be. He was greatly honored, and everybody, though he was not in a good shape at the time, everybody was pointing fingers of contempt on him. But hey, that was Strasser. In Strasser.
Mr. Gabo. Now, I also talk about Madabio don't do this. Everybody supposed to appreciate the effort Madabio take for save this guy in life, but we all know say Strasser in problem is not only the sickness. The sickness is just a symptoms of bigger things. That is the difficulties where they go through. Do you believe after probably he don't get well, he come back to Sierra Leone, Madabio go able, do something for a way he go able to sustain him in a way where he not go able to start for think or try for get difficulties in finding what he eat and how the motoka way he drive or something like that. Do you think Madabio go able to do that?
I think so, and hopefully it does happen. Because what happened is, you see these guys in the military, if you listen to Strasser's commentary whenever he was interviewed or what he says, he always tell you, these are comrades. He will never let the comrades down. And they are council, they are strategized, they are people who are together, they are united. And no matter the fallout, they are always, he said, we are always unity personnel, and we are always comrades. And I believe Strasser, Madabio is taking his time to rehabilitate him, and we all pray that his attention focused on him, and as he started rehabilitating him, and make him a very useful tool in the country. We should remember that they started this. What we are enjoying today, the freedom we are enjoying today, or the democracy we are enjoying today, is ushered through because of the NPRC, and I believe he's going to have him to help him make him a useful citizen, more useful because he has been a useful citizen, very useful and more substantial in the development of the country. We come now. He came in just like I mentioned. He was also outside. He was not working for just for over 22 years, and now he reflected. That shows that they are always comrades, and he's going to help him. And no matter, even when people are talking about reconciliation in the social media, say, well, Sam Sumana reconciled with Ernest Kuruma and Madabio reconciled with Strasser. Yeah, so what is the difference? You can't compare the death with the sleep. Those are two different things. They will never meet, and they don't even have any comparison. Because Strasser never lied, never betrayed, never blamed anybody. He never blamed anybody. He never take anybody to court for what happened. He never complained to anybody. So it's not comparable as to Sam Sumana, who is a betrayer, a deceitful political failure. He lied to the community, the whole world, and the ECOWAS, and this is what this guy did to him, and the whole world embraced him and mourned for him, all of a sudden to do what he did. So that's not even compared to Strasser.
Well, I don't know whether they compare the relationship between Madabio and Strasser to Sam Sumana and Ernest Kuruma. Those are two, just like what he talks about, two incomparable things. Them because Madabio and Strasser at least they get some kind of bond. So Sam Sumana and Ernest Kuruma, yes, they may get some bond, but until a problem happens, so they fall apart. And Sam Sumana been talk bad, but Madabio, Sam Sumana been talk bad, but EBK, and
exactly.
And Strasser not been talk bad, even though they been try for make the instigator and for make you say bad things about Madabio, he not been try for do that. So today. Here you go. Then gets this relationship where they don't build together. I think we just pray to God for make it gets better. So maybe in the next couple weeks, he go able to recuperate and come back home. But like I said, it's more than just coming back home. This is the problem with Strasser is not only about the sickness. The sickness is just symptoms of the stress, the difficulties where Strasser they go through. And if Madabio really want for help him, this not just a start. He get for try for find a way how this guy go able for get a job, and that's not probably some people then get for talk. They have to work together, because they were bodies, So then get for work together. If God don't change the situation, the conditions for both of them today, well, I think it's time for Madabio prove say yes in a Christian and as somebody way humanitarian person. Another one day I just want for say. Now I know say a lot of people then get for come on social media and talk a lot of crap. A lot of people then get for kind of social media and try for manipulate and try for skew stories and just try for make sure say this guy and Madabio go get into problems. Well, it not go benefit anybody because to be honest with you, just like I said, Strasser is a lovable person. Strasser is very, very lovable. We all like him. Because the man will come at the right time, he just short-lived, and because of the inexperience, he also find himself in a very, troubling circumstances. But at the end of the day, a lovable person, so we pray God for him for make it succeed. We say he don't, we try for recuperate, God able to make it succeed. I think that the thing now one day way we want to talk about Valentine Strasser, sorry, to be honest with you, na man we sorry, you know. Now we no more na somebody we get long life. If na other person like if we not die. You know, stress now one of the main killers. You know, because when you stress, all your systems they already function well. You know, so but it's still the kick up. So it's time for America then do something for this guy. It's time for America to do something for him.
Yeah, Mr. Mankota.
Go ahead.
Yeah, probably what I would suggest is, Sierra Leone is a little behind. It's our country, but certain things like those, people don't know about them, those stress and those other stuff, that has to do with the mind. I don't know if we have counseling system in Sierra Leone. I would also want to recommend in this media, if possible, Madadio could look into that to get him some therapists, counselor, people who can counsel him and talk to him, and just to bring him up to a certain extent. Now that he's in Ghana, I know Ghana has all those facilities. Probably he can just extend a hand on that, so he can be there until he is rehabilitated. So I don't know, but those are some of the things, especially when you talk about stress. He's psychologically stressed and mentally disturbed, physically, of course, down, and all those things about his body system. So I think if they have some sort of rehabilitation program for him, either in the country or outside the country where he's now in Ghana, I know there are psychologists there are therapists there are, all sorts of things that could help too.
Yeah, definitely. The government get for take care of this guy. The government, if it's yes, no matter what thing somebody get for say, but this guy he need help, and we all get for pray for him for make the help way he need for make the government give him that help there. Especially the person waiting at power today, so so I believe say then go do
but
that.
This is the right man to help him because that was his coverage. And trust me, I commended his wife, Madam, Her Excellency Mrs. Marabio, Fatima Bill. I think she came up, well, I'm not saying she came up with the initiative, but I think she played a greater role. I can see her when, I think during the time of the inauguration, the extension of the invitation and how he was very much clear about, she was very much clear about him. These are very wonderful couples, His Excellency and Her Excellency, towards this gentleman, the first gentleman, the former first gentleman of our country, Strasser. I think they are very nice, and I hope to continue to do that.
Well, yeah, we don't know what's not the circumstances we make that it will likely be true for say the first lady play a great role for make Mada go there and go meet with in comrade in the hospital and we cause this, but we don't know. So hopefully, who knows, So okay. Now let us switch into another important thing. We believe say last week. Now into politics again. Well, last week, the police invited the APC party executives for make then go meet. The meeting took place in I think on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, and we don't know. We don't know what's waiting at the things then we then discuss on the meeting, but we know say now in relations to the press release where the APC party secretariat pull out, we then tell the public say if the commission of inquiry nor they meet with the conditions the way they don't set, then they know they appear at the commission of inquiry because they consider them to be a kangaroo court. Well, because of that, one day the police get for rights. In fact, they first pull out a release, then secondly, they get for invite the secretariat, the executive. Well, now that invitation, now the social media come back, it light up with so many misinformation. Well, partially. When I wake up in the morning, all what I be there, then say police don't invite Anes by Koroma. Police don't invite Anes by Koroma for make he go answer about the press release where the APC party, this now the narratives where they go around social media, and if you not able to understand exactly that the same thing they go with say, oh, Anes Koroma now in the invite. Well, as a credible media, and we happen for be the host of this program, now also the PRO for APC USA, we get for do due diligence for make sure say we get the right information. So I get for call the secretariat, the APC secretariat, for make I find out what in they go on. If indeed Anes Koroma was invited by the police. Well, the secretariat tell me say that was not true. Technically, that was not true. What did the police do? The police write the secretariat. The executive say he want to see the executive. Well, technically, Anes Koroma is part of the APC executive. So even though individually they not invite him for making go see, but he is part of the package. And people, the way they mislead people, the way they try for fun trouble in that country, where then get an easy way now because of social media. It's easy for let somebody take a small snippet of message and twist them in a way where will bring problem. Then people then go back into work, begin to find all these things. Anes Koroma, police don't invite Anes Koroma. It wasn't Anes Koroma that was invited. It was the APC executive. And in fact, the APC executive tell me say, well, the police tell them say, if not all the executive get for go, Yansane will sign the press release, and any other available person or people that the executive for make them go, then go sit down, then discuss about this. This now in the leadership of the APC, the secretariat, now in them tell me. As soon as I all know, I come out, I get for put on the social media, I say, oh, hold on a minute. This information where they go so is deceptive in some way. It partially correct, but not entirely. Just like what I explained so, now the same thing I explained. There are other people the way they say, oh man, Kota, you decide this or that. I'm an APC person. But that doesn't mean I don't get for talk the truth. We all get the obligation as Sierra Leoneans for make sure we tamp down this too much rhetoric way they cause problems. If something happen, not take them and try for twist them in a way where it cause problem for that country. Because at the end of the day, if something happen at that country, you know what they suffer? Not to me and you waiting in America, yeah? Not to me and you waiting in Europe or other parts of the world. Now we people the way they salon and then get for suffer. So we also get the responsibility for make sure say no matter what in our political affiliation for make sure say we put out correct information. Correct. I'm not against putting out information, but it has to be correct because that's now the best way for let we able to practice we politics now Sierra Leone. The politics we get for no saying. Sierra Leone politics is very, very young. You know, when somebody is young or something is young, you know, say it's receptive to many stuff them, right? It just feel like picking where they grow up. It's very easy for accept or believe anything where they can in your way, because you know mature enough for making able, you know, filter the nonsense where they go on in here for say, okay, this is not nonsense, this is not sense. And the same thing with democracy. It's too young, and we get the responsibility for make sure say when information is coming to social media, let's take a look at that information there thoroughly and make sure say we get the right information and try for put out there. If the police now madam madam be invite, hey, I know now me now the first person we go talk say yes now Anescoma now in the invite, but it was the executive, and in fact based on what I understand, I don't know whether that's not true. I'm not being able for confirm that because Nayana Phoenix Naya will get a bearing. In fact, after this program, I get for go back na that funeral day. Na they them being kill one of we Sierra Leonean brother. Even at the news actually. So the public viewing at 2 o'clock. We on time now. Na get for take place. So last night we did for make sure say we try for put things together for in funeral. So I'm not being able for you know make any confirmation. In fact, this program I be one counselor, but we a lot of people that then depend on we program for give them the good information that make an able counselor, you know. So but yes, I believe say Anescoma not be even go na CID. He not been go because he was not required. He was not required, and now this I talk about. Last week, now the same thing I talk about. He never went because Anescoma was not actually the main target. I think the main target was the secretary when I Yansane, because na input in signature na the press release, and na in go with some executive members and some supporters them, then go. So this na I just want to tell me listeners and me viewers then say we have the responsibility, even though yes the politics today is very very tense between the SLPP and the APC. I understand that. I know there are people who want for you know for score political point, and they do all what they able for make sure say they score them point then they. But how about the interest of the country? Forget about SLPP, forget about the APC. What about the country? What about the innocent people where they clean all what they think of that for make it grab, he gonna market if na small something he puts them for make somebody able buy them, then he go able buy in food them, he go cook for him picking them for make them eat. Now this a lot of people, the majority of that country then just they do every single day. The last thing what they need right now is the katakata, where criminals say katakata, you know, trouble. So we're there outside of Sierra Leone, where we very well know say we are safe now. We bunker them. What would they? We also get the obligation for being responsible. The information what would they pull out on social media is very very important. But you know, let me bring in again Mr. Cabo. Mr. Cabo, you know, last week. Well, first of all, before I bring you, let me give you one information. Because probably you don't know the feedback what I get. You know, last week the argument we get. Some people they actually with you that argument they for say yes you're right, me wrong. they say yes.
I did tell you say me a neutral person.
Well, I'm just telling you for making this that the feedback where I get when some people then they watch the thing and say. Some of I think majority the one they call me, will give me the feedback. Then they in favor of you. Some then they when they know say yes are correct. You know, are correct because then come out. But I know and most of them people then they in favor of you. The unfortunate part. Some of them are SLPP.
That's good.
So I can understand, right? Now the politics right. But what do you think of about this? Because now that we don't come, now really no saying, Anescoma not even go. And in fact, Anescoma was not even required.
Right. So what is the question now?
The question is, our argument was, you want for make, I think make No, I think the argument was about the commission of inquiry, right? About the you know, the how they call it, rule of evidence, and we say the permanent sex is supposed for them. Now that argument they now in some people then they in favor of you, majority say you're right.
Right.
But majority of them are SLPP. But the question why they ask you now is about an escroma. After a lot of people that they don't go on social media say, oh, the police now they don't invite an escroma. It can't turn out to be not to an escroma they invite actually now the APC executive. And now, so what are you take on that side?
Yeah, well, the one thing I want to say, which is certain about Madabio, is that he is an old soldier, and that's why I am supporting him. His government, and besides his sitting government. I know Sierra Leoneans are very stubborn, they are very restive, they are very, very cantankerous to deal with. And they need somebody like somebody who has some other background of some other force like Madabio. Having said that, I also believe that he is making a mistake because he's delaying the commission of inquiry. It's delayed. It's been delayed for long, and it's been pronounced over and over and over and over. It's just like it doesn't benefit him. The more it delays, he lose content, and anything could happen. Any natural thing could happen. Like right now, I know all the APC supporters who are against the commission of inquiry, or those who blindly love their politicians because they don't know what they are doing. All they are looking for now is any disaster to happen. Either a political disaster, either a coup d'etat, or any form of disaster in Sierra Leone, because they know that will delay or even eradicate the commission of inquiry. Well,
before you go further, I want to make assure you saying in Sierra Leone at this particular time, I think we don't pass now a stage where we go for set up a coup. That's not what happened again.
That's fine. But this is what the pundits are looking for. Even Ernest Kuruma himself there. That's what they are looking for trouble right now. Any form of trouble to delay the process or not to appear at all. You got to remember, one of them, either Samura or Ernest Kuruma, correct me if I'm wrong, one of them did mention that when Madabio takes over, they will make his government ungovernable. And that was pronounced over the wires. And I believe one of them says that. And this is what we are seeing today. And all these problems that we are seeing now, the causing the up and down, the proclamation of one tribe or the other over the other, and all this trouble and these things coming, the misbehavior, the not following rules and regulations are all centered towards these statements that one of them mentioned. And I know that person is going to be called if anything happens. Now, Madabio delays the process, and he has to hasten the process. He knew that. If you take somebody, a political figure, of course, I'm just giving a reference, and we put him there that he's going to be sentenced to death, and we delay that sentence, anything could happen. So you have to get rid of this commission of inquiry. If the reason why we see there is a little unrest in Sierra Leone is because the commission of inquiry is pending, it's not taking place yet. The moment you start it, all this rubbish will stop. Because when you start it, you start to clamp one another and put one another, everybody will come to his own shell. So, I mean, I made mention last time that Cornelius DeVoe and this guy, Yansane, should be the first people to be called on the commission of inquiry because they are causing all this trouble. And if even chance or any situation permits, they should be arrested because their statements and their letter is very inflammatory.
But Mr. Rabio, let us be fair here. We also know say these people also get the obligation for make them defend them party, no matter what's not the circumstances. So if they see say the government is using the commission of inquiry for make the able handicap them party, they get the responsibility for make them say, no, we are not going, we are not appearing in this commission of inquiry until our demands are met. I don't think saying any kind of bad thing.
Well, let me ask you a question, Mr. Nankota. Literally, I know you're going to say, well, it is not in the Constitution, but you got to remember that traditionally, our Constitution goes with the tradition and the people themselves, and it gives way to certain situations like cultures and other things. Why do a thief dictate of his questioning to any court of justice or any person who has the authority to question him? Does a thief dictate? I know the Constitution protects everybody, right?
Yep.
And even God, he would have not created Satan if he wants everything to be, but he put that negative side there, and people will say, why did God create Satan? And people will say that's so. What I'm saying is, you go with the statement that says, let's say, one important statement I want to make, maybe something more of academic or literally mentioned. Madadio is not, the SMPP is not going to be perfect, 100% perfect in terms of the commission of inquiry. That's what we know. And nobody is perfect. So nobody will tell me they have to follow this and follow this and follow this. And besides, people are saying, who is going to create the commission of inquiry? Madadio is a thief. And so everybody is a thief. But this is the thing. Everybody must have done one thing and the other in Sierra Leone. But this is the thing. You set a thief to catch a thief.
So now the theory down the way they come with.
No. But let me tell you something. You set a thief to catch a thief. Why I'm saying it is, now look at Sierra Leone, and even when they say witch hunt and all those, to catch a witch man, you know that you have the Arioguna a witch man.
But Mr. Gabo, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question. Why is it so difficult for make the government just include the permanent secretaries where everybody knows him? Any project where they can their offices, then they get for go through them before ever then go to the the minister for in signature, and the permanent secretary actually then they implement that one day. Why is it so difficult for make them say, you know what, yes, let me bring in the permanent secretary too. Let me ask them anyone way involved, just like the ministers, then we go hold them accountable and where them call. And why is it so difficult for make the government implement that? I don't really understand. Yeah,
that's a good question. One, it becomes as if APC is dictating to the government. You don't tell me what I have to do. The people gave me the mandate to do what I have to do. The parliament gave me the mandate.
The people don't give you mandate for making you do the wrong thing. That's not the problem.
The Commission of Inquiry, that is what Madadio campaign to the people of Sierra Leone. For the Commission of Inquiry. So why will APC stand up and dictate to Madadio to tell him that he has to include the permanent secretaries? And besides, Madadio didn't say he's not going to include the permanent secretaries. He just tell them these are the heads of the parastatals or whatever. They are the people they report to. They are the people they say everything. Let's say there is a $10 million coming to a particular ministry.
Okay.
Will you jump the minister? Who is the first person you're going to talk about it?
Well, I think the misunderstanding here is, Mr. Gabo, the misunderstanding here is some people feel say we they try for make the ministers they escape their own responsibility. No, not that one. Some of who they argue. The ministers definitely they have to stand up and account for what they do. There is no way we can be able to escape that. If you do good, okay, the Commission of Inquiry will able to pull you. If you do bad, good luck with you. You understand? But the problem here is that selective justice no more. Now we not want we not the APC. Then now we not want for make it happen. We not. Hey, in fact, you remember the time when Colonel Divo right?
I'm not cutting you off. There is no selective justice. If there is any selective justice, it's the system that causes that. There is no selective justice in this case.
Do we have the right? Do we have the right to?
You want to tell me that the Commission of Inquiry is all for the Northerners and the Northeast or Northwest, whatever?
No, I'm not saying that.
If it is so, it's the system. It is all for the Tpn or the Limbas or the local. It is the system that was created by an Eskuruma. And you guys created that system for appointing all the heads of parastatals or minister from the local or the Tpn or the Limba or the Northwestern.
Okay. Let me make a very clear.
Hold on, I'm coming. Let me finish that.
Okay.
So these are the people that you put there in this sensitive position, and you put yourself in a place, and I put my own people in that sensitive position, and you take over. These are the people you're going to go after. Who are you going to go after? The one who was not a minister because he's from the south, and he's not a minister. How are you going to go after him? You guys created this situation. And that's why the situation is looking at this. But because you guys have a mass number of illiteracy in your party, they just take red meat and throw it to them. They don't understand what is going on. It's like a red meat. Oh, I'm not an ass. I'm a balbal. Oh, because that's what you send to them. You hide the situation. You guys are very deceptive. APC is very deceptive. It deceives the whole nation. And that's why the country is like this today.
All right. So let me make them very clearly to the people the way they listen we and the way they watch we.
Right.
I am not saying this commission of inquiry is targeting only the Northerners. In fact, not only somebody with tribalists now so much conscious about tribalism or regionalism. What I'm saying is, let's fight corruption. In every pathway it is, let we fight corruption. This commission of inquiry is, required. Because if you see, Mr. Kagbo, you and me, we are victims of corruption as Sierra Leone. I don't know about you, but me, from where my mama, let me try. Nah, this one. From where my mama born me, you understand, Mr. Kagbo? I know government no one day pay anything for me. You know, from school now to everything. Government, in fact, me high school, now Roman Catholic I go school. And we all know say that in a private institution. Now Roman Catholic, in fact, I started with Sierra Leone Muslim Brotherhood when I SLMB, class 1, class 2, in fact, class 1, class 4, because I get double promotion. Then I go in Roman Catholic secondary school. Now there I didn't say I sit me WAEC. I go na boys school. I come out there. I start school with that Iranian college before I can American I am. So nowhere where the government of Sierra Leone, even though yes, I've been bringing good results, but you know the system was very, very corrupt. You know, now only somebody where they know. Now, in they succeed. Even up to today, this government will do so, starting from an by Kuroma government to Madabio government, and they continue for practice the same corrupt things that will deprive a lot of good citizens them. Now, only somebody will know, now in they care about. And the same thing that happened today na we country. So therefore, if Madabio come and say, I want to fight corruption, anybody when a victim of corruption, well, I know say about 99% of people then are victims of corruption, or some of them even are corrupt people. Then we want for make this fight be a national fight, not a party fight, not an individual fight. Therefore, we need for make we do it the right way. But if we not, we say because of certain things that we not do it the right way, it get for be if this one no come off fine. The next president where they come, it go find them very difficult. Even if he genuine for fight corruption, it will be very difficult for make he able to succeed because nobody would trust politician against say they will say now so that them tell you back say they can't fight corruption. Look what they can do. You see, so this is the million points that they talk about. And also there are people where they no want this commissioner no matter what the circumstances. I know that within the APC party.
I understand that, right? So, but not to interrupt you. But when you say if you not come up fine, as I said, Madabio is not perfect. The SLPP is not perfect. The people of the country are not perfect, and they will. But that's a stepping stone. He's not going to be able to prosecute everybody. That I assure you. We often hear the term says fair is foul, foul is fair, but at certain times bad things are good and good things are bad. So in this case, no matter the situation, the commission, it's for the betterment of the people of Sierra Leone. People are asking for conditions, just like you say, evidence of whatever you call them. Those evidences, APC is just trying to make tactics to delay and to cause havoc and to buy time, to buy sympathy, to buy people's support, and that's all they are doing. But absolutely, they cannot do anything about that. We've had speakers upon speakers. People have come out. The government of the day is the government of the day. They fail to understand that APC is not in power, and they are not in power. Madabio is going to go with the Commission of Inquiry. The only thing I'm going to say about it is that it's delaying. It's delaying.
Well, it better make the Commission of Inquiry.
Otherwise, it becomes useless. It becomes
no. Mr. Kabo, I understand. Say,
yeah.
They say justice delayed, justice denied. I understand that connotations and it, but it better for make it delay and make sure say them put all the right things the way they're supposed to put together, then rush them, then later then can find out. Well, listen, Mr. Kabo, that tell you the how they call them, the TTP, that's what they call them, the transit whatever report. The TPP. Whatever they call it around there. The rush with that report the rush with them. The report itself, not going able to stand a test of, time in the courts because there are so many errors that are reported. The reason that they really continue for make sure then continue for get information from people, then for make them able to get the right information. So it's better for make it delay a little bit, then they make them correctly so that. Hey, if na Minister X na intif money, then can find out say without any doubt, then can find out say yes, indeed, Mr. X take this amount of money inappropriately and he misuse them. Let them hold Mr. X, the minister now the minister. Let them hold them. Let him pull that money there because they're not APC government not sending at that place there for make it go thief. And Escoma now in take money where they no say them prove beyond reasonable doubts for say yes and Escoma misappropriate money. Hey, let Escoma account for that money they may are they in favor of that, but we have to do it the right way. That's my insist where they insist. Let me bring in Mr. Dr. Kamara. Okay, you want to say something quick before I bring Dr. Kamara?
Yeah, well, yeah, you talk about the right way. Are you saying that what Madabio is doing, is want to do, is not the right way, or something else? Okay, I understand that. I'm not trying to create a problem, but the right way, which all the APC believe is the right way, is to do it their way. No. Their way or the highway. No. That's what APC believe. Their way or the highway. They bring all kinds of suggestions, and this is not APC's way. This is SLPP Madabio's way. He is going to do it. Mr. Kabo. The only problem I have is let him do it now.
No, we understand, Mr. Kabo, but the point here is, the point where me they try for bring is, the APC party, they don't say they know they go on the Commission of Inquiry. They say these conditions are going to be met. And a reasonable condition, it's very, very simple. The SLPP say, no, hold on, the SLPP say, hold on.
Regulation.
Hold on, the SLPP say, no, we they go after the ministers there. So if I go after you now, if you not say the other person waiting at your office in part of them, you call them, then we will go after that one day.
Of course.
No,
that's correct.
No, Mr. Kabo, them people we don't say that they own money.
Look at no. Look at the world. Look at how the world. You gotta put these things. It doesn't only affect Sierra Leone. Look at how the world goes. You catch one person, the main person, he brings everything. Just like our people that say, when you draw rope, you draw condo, everything they come out. So hold the head and pull. They will bring everything. That is, I don't know why it takes you guys. It becomes $1 million question, $1 million question for you to understand that holding the minister or whoever is the head of that parastatal will bring all the other people because there's nothing goes out of those offices or those accounts that these people don't know. You know that.
Mr. Kabo.
Just bring them.
Mr. Kabo.
Yeah.
You know how ministerial offices work, right?
Of course I do.
Okay. If you know how they work,
yeah.
If you know how ministerial offices work, you go actually agree with me saying, if we want for fetch corruption, now the inner core of corruption, now the permanent secretary, but now bring in Dr. Kamara. Dr. Kamara come in. What now you take about this commission of inquiry? Where the SLPP they still insist no, they no want to go against the permanent secretary. If you believe say a permanent secretary involved, then you call them. Then we go ask them. What now you take on that? Dr. Kamara, you there? Okay, Dr. Kamara, let me see. Dr. Kamara, no, there, sorry. Okay, Dr. Kamara, no, there. Hold on, let me try bring her back. So, okay, let we move on. I don't say we're not going to agree on this one, but you want to say the last thing, then we move on. Dr. Kamara is calling again. Okay, hold on. Yeah, go ahead. If you want to say anything on this topic, then we move to the next topic.
Oh, myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about, you see, Mr. Makota, I don't know why it is hard to hold the household, the head of the household, to come and give account of his household. And
please leave your message for
a problem. That's what I don't understand. How you say he don't need evidence? He didn't say he don't need permanent secretary. He didn't deny everybody. But these are the people they eyemark. They're not going to eyemark everybody. These are the people they identify whom they believe in their government. It doesn't matter what APC believes. This is not what we are looking forward to now. It's not what APC believes. APC's belief is what put us into this corruption. So we already know what they believe. Their utmost belief is corruption. So Maradio believes that by holding the heads of the parastatal, be it an executive director of a parastatal or a minister, he will get the results. That is what Maradio wants, and that's what we're going to do. There are no two governments in Sierra Leone. APC should not think otherwise.
Okay.
All right? There are no two governments in Sierra Leone. There's one government. We have to support the present government, and that's the mandate the people get to him. That's why we voted him. The people voted him. That's why we support him. Okay, so it's not a SLPP highway. This is our SLPP highway and their way. So we have to abide by it.
Well, unfortunately, that's not so politics they work. You're not going to say my way or no way. Politics that make we get books them where they guide we get that because mortal man is very, very greedy. If he just they left and say okay, because people them voting in, so therefore you want to do anything where you want for. You don't want to look at the constitution and make sure say you do the right thing because people who voted for you. There are so many interpretations about the votes where people then vote. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean say sometimes they believe on you.
Let's over the fact that you mentioned about what the book says and what the book didn't say. And I want to know at what point in time APC know what the book says.
Right
and
now.
What the book says.
right now we know
what the book says.
Well, the SLPP not been do they not been do their responsibility when they mean na the opposition because they're supposed to be not always accountable. In fact, if you know very well, Mr. Kabo saying during the APC regime, when at the APC now they hold APC accountable more than even the SLPP because they don't know what they do. Now we say self they attack William Party say no, what did they do so wrong? The SLPP then sit down because they just they wait for the brown envelope. When the brown envelope come every month, they set them out. So they not be know. Well now we don't count the power now. Until now we been always self accountable. Now we want for all the SLPP accountable for. Let we tell them what's in our opposition. It not necessarily means say you get for oppose everything where the governments do, but make sure say the governments do the right thing because at the end of the day, if they don't do the right thing, that the people and they suffer. Now let me bring in David. David, go ahead.
Okay, I do. Actually, I come in late, but I can enjoy Mr. Kamara. I think we can make a statement. But the point is,
say Mr. Kabo.
Wait, laugh because Mr. Kamara just forget body.
No, Mr. Kabo.
Mr. Kago, just like when they talk and say kangaroo court. So that kangaroo court now don't know they. Meaning that SLPP way. If not SLPP way, I ain't get the law now.
Yeah.
So but what do they say? What do they say? Not to SLPP get the law. Would they say, okay, we don't say all the previous organizations they don't do bad. APC don't do bad. Anybody will go there and say APC not do bad. They are not a serious person. But we say they vote this new party in power for let we begin apply this law.
For let we change.
So now they're not exactly so they don't get for be their way, get for be the law in way. It cannot be SLPP the way, it cannot be Mada. Mada is not above the law, period. So what did you say to them? Allow us look and say the law, the constitution, the law. Let begin. You know the law when they apply to now, where APC they apply to now, it will beneficial to me and you.
Yep.
Because remember, we walk in there, then country here, then they take with property, then they violate everything they do now. Anytime you go now, who courts there, they normally say how they meet. So they lost. But now when they apply that law and that constitution, so the APC they do better. Although we applaud APC for that, it will be awareness to the legal area of the country.
That's correct. You're right. Let me just respond to you shortly. You're very smart, you know, but I know what I meant and I know what I was saying. It's rather unfortunate as I asked Mr. Mankota, at what point in time APC know about law. APC has been in power for 37 years in the country. The APC don't know about law. And now you want to say, well, let's start all over. Okay, we're going to start all over. But you don't have to tell us where to start from. We don't have to tell Madabio where to start from. All right? We're going to start all over. That's what it is. Because now the ball is away from your court. You say, oh, no. Okay, let's put the dice back. No, a mistake. Let's put it back. Let's start all over. Well, because the dice is not your side now.
Mr. Marcos, I want it. But you know that say, Mr. Kamara, you know that say, if Madabio not follow, Mr. Kago, if Madabio not follow the law way of the land right now, in case they already put forward, it go lost down. It will not fall. I tell you so. If you not follow the law, because you know what's in the happen. If you not follow the law, because the law, I'm telling you, it cannot. There's no way they can violate the law of the land this particular time around. They will do both.
Why is it important? Why is it important that the law of the land cannot be violated now? And when it has been violated for the past years up to 2018 March,
because
why is it now that it cannot be violated?
Because
that is why they remove power.
No, because SLPP not going to do their constitutional duty for make their all the APC accountable, and now the APC they do their constitutional duty for all the SLPP accountable. You know that's not the difference. Until SLPP say the land, the land, where the land they not be the law. Well, now we they implement the law. Now the SLPP say now a new direction. They want to change. The people themselves they say they want to change, but every time at the same thing they repeat no more. Oh, because the previous government do the same thing, so therefore. So anyway. I think so we don't exhaust this. I want before we go, because we just get about 15 more minutes to go. Before we go, I want for let we deal with another very important thing where the buzz on social media, and that is we former Vice President when Victor Fo in statement the way he give now one of the medias them na salon where he say the Commission of Inquiry is legal, which I also believe. And everybody is supposed for subdue to the Commission of Inquiry. Well, it not go well with a lot of APC members them. We all know social media, what it happen. It not go well because some people then say, well, since Madabio win, SLPP win the election, Victor Fo betray the APC party, we do a lot for them. And in some cases, I mean, even get for intervene, get for bring out an audio, try for urge people, then say, then get for be very careful. You know, I remember the time when Sam Sumana was the vice president, and the Timbergate came, and the other case where he been get also is this guy we been trust money to run for the APC party, the 2007 election, the money where they use, you know, for the runoff. I know. So when the cases then they come, I see a lot of APC members then defended Sam Sumana Because some people then say Sam Sumana is crook, Sam Sumana involved in this timber gates or so. A lot of APC members there then defend and say Sam Sumana is a very good guy. Sam Sumana is somebody way very, very obedient, na very straightforward somebody. I know them people then they are the APC party. Then comes this problem between Sam Sumana and Anes Koloma. And Anes Koloma get for sack Sam Sumana. Then Sam Sumana retaliates by talking bad about the APC. The same people, the same APC members them, will be in the defense Sam Sumana say Sam Sumana na a straightforward person, na somebody way good, then turn back, then say Sam Sumana na bad person. Some people then go to the extent even insult Sam Sumana. Now we on internal forums and sometimes I get for car, I say no, man, we get to be very careful. This is not problem. You know, politics, permanent enemy no dey and permanent friends no dey. Let we be careful what they do. Now this same guy will be the same as saint today now him they castigate so. I say tomorrow what happen if in case something also change, Sam Sumana happens for comeback. You know, if you buy like something where I be know, I say Sam Sumana come back for coming main fences with the APC. What how would I get for feel? You know, then here comes Sam Sumana, he come back. He go talk to Anes Koloma. We don't know what he then talk it, but all of a sudden, the same people they will be the castigate Sam Sumana. Today and say Sam Sumana, he get right for do so. Sam Sumana a good person. Hey boo. It's funny. So now the same thing with the VP. Now we don't say I talk in my audio. The VP now a senior APC member. This recent time, you don't say so many things or you don't do so many things that were very, very wrong for the APC. And people like Victor Fo, elderly people, that kind of people that they would look up to. Now, would they take them as role model in terms of the party? If them people then they're not able to manage their own stress or their own anger, then I don't know how we when the young one they get for do. Because now them people then they would look up to. Victor Fo will not say yes, them do am bad, and Eskoma do Victor Fo bad. Let us be frank. And not all Victor Fo then do bad no more. 28 people when a candidate them, almost all of them we are actually promised for say let them go no more in campaign. Okay? Make sure you mute your phone if you know the talk. So then 28 people then they were disappointed because of waiting and the Skoma do them. But most of them, they managed the anger very perfectly. But Victor Fo went and do the wrong thing for the APC. The first thing, he take in house Nakenema, he pull out from the APC, he give and the SLPP. The other, what they call, he talk so many things about the APC. I don't know what this recent time because now I can't say now the APC self file a complaint against Victor Fo for the Hajj gates. Now where Victor Fo talk now no, but does that mean Victor Fo get for say something when negative about the APC? No, you're not supposed to do it because now a senior person. Okay, so I condemn Victor Fo for that. However, I'm very, very disappointed on some of we APC members them. Well, I'm not so much disappointed because if you listen what I just talk earlier, the same people then begin change them. They begin change from one way to the other. That's when they change. When they say chameleon. Now based on the environment. So I disappointed and then people then therefore say then begin attack Victor Fo this behind time when Victor Fo say them thing and then say Victor Fo not being spy, not being genuine with the APC party. Victor Fo na unreliable person. Victor Fo na Southerner will not be even trusted in the first place. Ebo, that's na wrong thing that one day when a mortal man, somebody when a mortal man supposed to say. You know, some of them people then the way they talk today so for say Victor Fo na this. Victor Fo now one of the most genuine APC member alive today. If not the most, but one of the most genuine APC member. This same Victor Fo, now the guy is where they sentenced to death because of APC. Okay? They sentenced this guy to death because of APC. Now people like Colonel Idris, now them be able for free Victor Fo, because else Victor Fo for be don't die. For the same APC. This same Victor Fo who they despise today so. In people that na Zimi my boy, who say he come out, then disown am because he saying in an APC member. He no one for day with Usai, all the entire district or the entire chiefdom, then they win a SLPP. Then disown Victor Fo until when APC come back na power this recent time, I will them put her as a VP. Now a lot of them and then begin come in. Well, if somebody like that one day, when they na APC for over 30-40 years, he don't do na APC longer than even Anes by Koroma, whether we ex-president. And if a misunderstanding can be between them two people, then let we condemn Victor Fo in a more respectful way, because he is still an APC elder. Let we condemn her in a more respectful way. Something like what they do, and this always me they do. You know, when we leaders and then do something, they condemn them, but in a more respectful way. But people then they begin cause Victor Fo. That's very, very bad. Not to assume we're supposed to behave at all. And I came out and point out them kind problems and deal with some of who members them. You know, we get to be very careful. Just like what I've been telling now during Sam Smana, say Sam Smana could come back. If Sam Smana happen for come back, how will I get for fail? But the problem with some people them, they don't get shame at all. They don't get shame. Something when they don't do, and it turned out to be wrong. Then people then the way them they, you know, the way that they pretend like say they don't want to do them kind of wrong things in them. Now the reason why if you see me now the TPN forum most of the time I will clap them people then because I don't like somebody with hypocrite. So Victor Fo is wrong for go against the APC, but at the same time the people that way they insult Victor Fo, they are also wrong because he is an APC member. We all can do mistakes them. If we get problem, let us sit down and talk them problem then instead of castigating each other. And let me bring in David first. Since you know it's where you come, me and Mr. Gabo, I don't say not to APC, so I know one self let Mr. Gabo talk. David, go ahead.
Well, you don't say everything fine, but the bottom line is here with Samsumana issue. Let's begin with the issue first.
Yeah.
I think that's not the right thing Samsumana do. You see this world also, waiting at the world we will say we're a Christian, we're a Muslim, waiting at the world forgive. Yeah. So politics, in good one or day, in bad one or day. Politics, where you do political agenda, you do talk self, you brother self, you go talk bad things about them.
Yep.
One's now about winning. It's all about winning. And then second of all them fellows, and me, I know them very well. And the way you look at it, if Samsumana choose to pursue leadership of the country, and he choose say, I want to go to APC back, now your own business down there, and it's all about winning. He wants to win. APC get the foundation, he get the platform. Why wouldn't he go to APC? I don't see crime for that. So all the people where they oppose them, where they condemn them, it's up to them. Then some people they say Kusiva, and they go say Ozana tomorrow. We don't see a SLPP. We see out Marabiu. The same way they say Kusiva, go mark me word, then go say Ozana tomorrow, so Sierra Leoneans and time. We just care for educate them and change their view. Then second of all, with Mr. Fo. I know Mr. Fo is struggling for that party there, APC party, here and Eskroma very well. Now, me not go lie to you now. What me recently, Mr. Fo say it's okay. Not talking about Tirongo.
Yep.
So me not see that to make people that go criticize the man and they disrespect. Now the majority of we Sierra Leoneans is the backwardness for we. We not think. We not take politics from blabber. What is Mr. Fo say? What else they want to say? They want let Mr. Fo go talk say well. No, we not agree. Yeah. When at the law way, they don't go decide in the parliament. The man say exactly what in the go on, what's in the procedure. So me, I urge Sierra Leoneans them and the party member them, let them change their attitude and their behavior. Let us look at Sierra Leone in a more positive light. Let us disagree or agree. So we will bring love, peace, and stability in the country.
Yeah.
I will leave another point to the other people.
Definitely. Yeah, we just need for sometimes politics. You don't need for be dirty. Now you not the motor man, not dirty. Politics now a clean thing. It depends the way you want for plan. But anyway, let me bring in Mr. Kabo. I know say Mr. Kabo they can't castigate. Jesus no. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Mr.
So what is your question?
No,
Yeah, what's your point?
well, what do you think of some people, the way they castigate Victor Fo, because he say let the APC subjugate themselves to the Commission of Inquiry?
I think Victor Fo is a statesman. And, again, he has all the rights as an individual, as Sierra Leonean, to say so. And anybody who wants peace and anybody who is real in life in terms of politics, now one of them, Victor Fo. And some of you now already talk about Victor Fo. It's so sad, in our days or some time back, some of you now already talk about Victor Fo because Victor Fo comes to power. Some of you are not even born yet. I mean, he was in SLPP before some of you are. I mean, in APC before some of you are born. Some people are saying in 1968 he joined APC. Some people say in 1972. Those are long years. That man is an architect of the APC. If you don't respect him, you will never want to respect him again. The reason why Victor Fo is supporting the Commission of Inquiry and says all this because he's a statesman. And Victor Fo knew very well that he's not amongst the recent elites, those who call themselves APC, recent elites, who do know their left and their right. So he will tell them exactly that in any honesty, in any country, for anything to go before, the right thing has to be done. So that's why Victor Fo took up. And that's what it is. It's the right thing. And the newcomers, the APC newcomers, to hear that. Well, they don't want to hear that, and that's the fact. So that's what he says. So go and answer to the Commission of Inquiry. It is the duty of every Sierra Leonean to make a work with the rules and regulations of the present government. There is no more APC, it is SLPP now.
Well, we know that, but
so that's all I just.
All right, thank you very much. Well, I just want to thank Una very much for kind of the program and discuss very pertinent discussions. And we'll go see you back next week, the same time, the same place. Good night.